Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and we get another Kill Team Octarius update today, but this time it's all about those ORK Kommandos. Here we go, we're back at the Warhammer Community site for yet another Kill Team Octarius update. So this is great news, and it's a really good article today. And in this we're going to find out all about the ORK Kommandos. So we're going to get to know the ORK Kommandos who bring giant drills and triple-barreled shooters to Kill Team. I've really been looking forward to finding out more about these ORK Kommandos and how they're going to work in Kill Team. And it certainly looks like they're going to be a lot different to how we would expect orcs to behave, as it tells us in the article that generals expecting hordes of brutish killers instead find themselves pinned down by sniper fire, ambushed by war-breaching drills, and chopped to pieces by monstrous greenskins that leave survivors baffled as to how they manage to creep up on them. And so in this article we're going to go through a few of the data cards and some awesome abilities and weapons that the ORK Kommandos can use. Let's get stuck in, because this is a really good one today. So really good to see that they're kind of mixing up how we can use the orcs tactically for Kill Team. But don't worry, because although they may differ from regular orcs by sticking to the shadows and only bellowing "wah" once their cover is blown, Commandos are still every bit as lethal as their less subtle chums. So if you like playing orcs, then you can still really get involved with these guys. They're still going to want to charge in and be really destructive and crazy. So that's still going to come across in this Kill Team, I think. So we don't have to worry about losing that aspect of the orc faction. So that's really good. So as we go through, we're going to learn first about the Choppy Boys and how they fit in with the game. And then we're going to look at the Commando Knob data card. So really great to see this. Been looking forward to this one. You can see we've got a movement of 3 circles. So that's 2 inches, total of 6 inches that he can move. The action point limit's 2. We've got a GA1, a DF3, SV4+, and wounds 13. So some really good statistics there for this guy. But it's the weapons that I think are really crazy. If we look at the first one, we've got the gun, which is a slugger, and we can make 4 attacks with this with a ballistic skill 4+ and damage 3 or 4. 4 on a critical hit, 3 on a regular hit. So that's pretty strong right away. And in the special rules section, we see we've got a range of 1 red pentagon. So this means that's going to be a 6-inch range for that weapon. So this is kind of like a pistol, I suppose. And still getting used to these shapes for measurements. My only criticism, really, I like the idea of it, but the only criticism is I could have done with a hexagon here for this shape instead of a pentagon, just because that 6 sides would be more intuitively tied in with the idea of 6 inches. But there we go. I'm sure we'll get used to it really quick. And we'll be using the gauge anyway, which is a great idea because that speeds things up for sure, especially when we're going over different parts of barricades and things like that. But now we're on to the next weapon, which is a big chopper. And with this, it's 4 attacks, weapon strength of 2+, and the damage is 5 or 6. So huge amounts of damage here. No special rules for that one. And then we've got the power claw. Again, 4 attacks, 3+ this time. But damage is 5 to 7. Again, a lot of damage. And a special rule on this one is called Brutal. And then we've got an ability for our Commander Knob, who I guess is our leader as well. And this is called Get It Done. Each time this operative is activated, you can select 1 friendly Commando operative within 1 red pentagon, so within 6 inches, of them and visible to it. So that's a bit... I don't like how they worded that. They could have done it as select 1 visible friendly Commando operative within 6 inches. So that makes sense. And then add 1 to the selected operative's APL. So this is nice. Always good to get an extra action point there. You can do some serious damage with another one. But don't forget, we can only use our actions once, though, per turn. So even though you're getting an extra action point, you can't like do 2 attacks during one go, one activation. So that's interesting to note. So yeah, this is where it differs to Warcry. In Warcry, you can move, attack, move, attack, whichever order you like, as many times as you like. But with this one, you're limited to 1 of action per activation. So you're going to be looking to move, then attack, attack and then move, that kind of thing, which I think makes sense for Kill Team. I like the idea it's really put an emphasis on firing and manoeuvring and being a bit more tactical rather than just running in and then attacking. Also having range weapons mean you don't have to close the distance so quickly in Kill Team, so I think I really like that rule that they brought in. But carrying on through this, we'll see that we've got at the bottom some keywords, which is ORK and Commando knob, and then we've got a couple of the specializations here highlighted as well. So that's a real good look at the Commando knob data card now. So really loving this. So there we go, there's our Commando knob. We got a really good look at that guy. But now we've also got this one here that we're going to find out about, called the Breacher Boy, and he's not going to let minor obstacles like solid ferrocrete walls get between him and a scrap. So this guy looks mental, a really great model. I really love what they've done with this one. And I love how they've got all these different things like backpacks. They've got little grenades and stun grenades, smoke grenades, and all sorts of things hanging off them, which is great. And the weapon he's got here is just mad. And it tells us in the article that he's got an ability to smash straight through most terrain. So he's definitely one to watch out for, as he can he's great for grabbing objectives or catching an enemy operative unawares, as he can bash through walls and things like that. So this guy's going to be a serious contender, especially if you've got a terrain dense battlefield. He can just plow straight through it, which is going to be crazy. And so let's have a look at his ability. So it's called Breach, and it says that each time this operative performs a normal move, dash, or a charge action, it can move through parts of terrain features that are no more than one triangle thick, as if they were not there. And that black triangle is 1 inch, so you can go through anything that's no more than 1 inch thick. So a lot of the terrain is certainly going to not be thicker than that. Walls, things like that. Barricades are going to be a little bit thicker, but then you can just go over those anyway with that penalty of 1 white circle, so that's no problem. So this guy's going to be really fun, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how many we can actually take into our kill team, because I'd love to be including this guy for sure. But he's not the only one we're going to see. We've got loads more in this article. It's really good. We've also got this guy who's got some choppers going on there, and it tells us that as the ancient orc saying goes, when all you have is chopper, everything looks like a Humie. And with more weapons they can hold in 2 hands, this slasher boy sees a lot of Humies to chop. And these boys are so blood crazed that any fighter who manages to slip past their guard gets a swift headbutt for their trouble. So another great model, and what a brilliant setup. He's got that grenade, that blade in his mouth. He's got those grenades hanging off him. Another grenade that looks like a kind of club grenade on the back. All sorts of weapons and pouches. I mean, it's just fantastic. These commandos look awesome. I can't wait to build them up. But anyway, let's look at his ability, which is called Dat All You Got. Each time after this operative fights in combat, if it lost any wounds in that combat but was not incapacitated, you can roll 1d6. On a 4+, the enemy operative that fought in that combat suffers 2 mortal wounds. So this is a great way to do some extra damage here. But yeah, this guy's going to be a serious fighter once you get up close to him, and he just looks really mean with those 2 blades. Yeah, he's certainly going to chop away and hack away at the enemy and take some out really quickly. So another great model there, the Slasher Boy. So that takes care of the Chopper Boys, but now we get to look at the Shooty Boys. So we're going to get lots more to look at here. Another data card, which is awesome. And in Kill Team, the Commandos are going to be pretty good shots, and you're even going to get a sniper that we're going to look at as we go through the article later on. So that's really cool. We've also got this Dakka boy, so we're going to look at him first. And he's discovered that blasting away with this triple-barreled Dakka shooter is just as much fun as hitting things, and he's an unusually accurate and mobile attacker that few opponents see coming. And this guy looks great. He's got this movement of 3, he's got the 2 APL, the GA of 1, the defense of 3, saving of 5+, and 10 wounds. Now he's got 2 decent weapons here. We've got the Dakka Shooter, which has got 5 attacks, 4+, damage of 3 to 4, and under special rules there's no range, so this you can shoot as far as you like with this one. And it's the Unload Slug special rule, which we're going to find out in a second. And then if we get up close, he's still got those fists that he can do some damage with, making 3 attacks. The weapon skill 3+, and the damage is the same, 3 to 4. No special rules for that one though. So, and then let's have a look at the abilities now. So Unload Slugs. Each time this operative makes a shooting attack with this weapon, the roll attack dice step of that shooting attack, if the target is within one red pentagon, so 6 inches of it, you can re-roll any or all of your attack dice. So that's a huge ability. That's crazy. And he's also got this unique action as well, which is called Daka Dash, and this is 1 action point. Perform a free shoot action and free dash action with this operative in any order. So we haven't found out a lot about what the dash action is, how much we can cover and things like that. But this is crazy. To get a free shoot action, that means you can shoot twice in one round with this one activation with this guy. So if we use that extra APL we talked about earlier from the commando knob, we could give it to this guy if he's within 6 inches and visible, and then he can use it to make this extra Daka Dash, which would give him an extra shoot action and an extra dash as well. So yeah, combining the commando Daka boy with our commando knob would be a really strong tactic, I think, straight away. But there's going to be loads of ways of doing this, I'm sure, with all the different operatives. With this guy, he's got a few keywords: commando, orc, and Daka boy, and he's got 2 specializations that we can see highlighted in the bottom right corner. So a really nice data card, another good one there. Loads of information, lots to think about. This is really great. So really loving what we're finding out so far, but we're not done yet. We've still got to check out the sniper. Right, so let's look at the sniper, and here he is. He's called a scoped big shooter, and the idea of an orc sniper might seem ludicrous to some, not to me. I think it's awesome, but commandos take wicked glee in dropping their enemies from afar, and the sniper boy is still an orc, of course, so he wields a scoped big shooter rather than a flimsy rifle like other factions, and if you fire more bullets, you're more likely to hit, right? And that's the idea with this guy. But another great model. He just looks awesome. The idea of an orc sniper is fantastic. I love it. And he's got tons of bullets there on his backpack, all coming around, going into the gun. So he's certainly going to do a lot of shots, and whether he does a lot of damage, though, is another thing. But here we can see, we get a little sneaky peek into his stats. We don't see the whole data card, but we know that he's got 6 attacks, which is a lot. So yeah, that is a lot, certainly for like a kind of sniper. So he's more of a heavy gunner, I suppose, than a sniper, but with a weapon skill or ballistic skill of 3+, and doing a damage of 2 on a regular hit and 2 on a critical hit. Then with those 6 attacks, I'm sure he's going to do some damage. No special rules, but we can see at the end here that he has got the MW2, so that's a mortal wound 2. So if you do hit any crits, it's an automatic mortal wound. So there we go. So this guy's pretty fierce, pretty powerful, loads of shots, and he just looks great. So really happy with this one. This is a must for a kill team for sure. But there's going to be any more. We got to now look at the other boys, and we're going to see later on in future articles, we're going to find out about burner boys, rocket boys, comms specialists, and they're all going to add their own strategic options to the commandos. But it says we're going to have to wait to find out more about them. They're still under deep cover. So whether we're going to find out in some future articles or whether we're going to have to wait for the rulebook, we'll have to wait and see on that one. We're also going to find out more about this Commando Grot as well. And so he's kind of been stuck in the back, kind of hidden by these big beasts, and also that squig as well. But there is a grot in here with a grappling hook, and it tells us in the article that the grappling hook can zoom the grot across the board to a piece of terrain that's visible to it, where it can grab an objective and then zoom back safely. So that's going to play a huge part in the game, I think. And you know, when you're after these objectives, if you can just zip in, grab it, and escape again, then that's crazy good. And he's got to be included, I think, a lot by a lot of people as they build their kill teams. So really interesting, a great variety of operatives here and different types. So really enjoying this. This is a great update today, and I'm really getting into orcs. Since Kill Team Octarius came out, I've even bought an orc truck to get painted up, ready for Battle Team Octarius. Although we're not going to be able to use it in the Kill Team game, I think it's going to look great as a piece of terrain, a piece of scenery to use, an objective maybe, or even just to have, imagining that they're coming to battle riding in this truck and then jumping off and getting stuck in. I think it'll really add to the fun. So yeah, can't wait to get my hands on these orcs, get them built, and start piecing them together as the different operatives. So really happy with today's article. And that pretty much brings us to the end of the article, but it does say that tomorrow we're going to find out more about the veteran guardsmen of Krieg. So we're going to get lots of updates this week, it looks like. So can't wait for that one. And ORK tells us, no, we still don't know exactly when the date is. The new edition is rapidly approaching, with pre-orders opening up this month. So you want to scoop up as much intel as you can. And I saw on Glass Half Dead's video yesterday that he's heard that the release date is going to be the second week of August, and then it's a pre-order like they did with Dominion, where you order it and then you've got to wait 2 weeks for it to be delivered. So we're not going to get it delivered until the end of August, if his intel is correct. And don't forget to check out Glass Half Dead's channel as well. He does some great updates and gets some good sneaky peeks ahead with things like release dates and things like that. So that's good news. To be honest, I want it sooner, but I can wait till the end of the month. I've got so much to get on with and paint and catch up on, that plenty to do. So it's almost nice that there is a little bit of breathing space here. So yeah, can't wait for the game though. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to make all the content. It's going to be really fun building it, painting it, playing it, going through all the rules. So much to do. So yeah, it's going to be a great release, and it looks like we're going to get it at the end of the month. So there we go, a really good update today. I love this article, and I think the Orcs are certainly going to fast become one of my favourite factions. I think they're awesome, and the more I learn about them, the more interesting and fun they become. But I'd love to know what you think about today's article and all the updates we got for the ORK Commandos. It'd be great to hear your thoughts and feedback, and also how you think it compares to the previous edition and whether they've improved on it or not. And also on my channel, I've done update videos for every piece of news that comes out and every article. Yesterday it was the new equipment, which is a really great one, and I've done articles for everything from rules, activations to data cards and everything in between. And you probably hear me going on about Warcry a lot. I love it. It's my main game I'm into. I've done loads of videos, over 260 videos on the channel for Warcry. And I did this video where I compared Kill Team to it based on what we've learned so far. So if you're interested in that, then check out that video too. That's up on the channel already. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Great update, I think, for the ORK Commandos. And if you're an ORK fan, there's loads in here for you for sure. But thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time here on Tabletop Skirmish Games. If you like this kind of content and would like to support the channel, then please check out my Patreon page, and thanks to everyone who's joined so far. It's really awesome. We hang out on Discord, talk about the hobby, share ideas and help each other out, and you'll get some perks there that you're not going to find anywhere else. So I'll put a link in the description, and it'd be great to see you there.